I'm assuming that you have been to Disney World or Disneyland in
Yes,
your
I have.
lifetime.
I have.
And, I had the good fortune of going to those when I was about 18, 19, had my first opportunity to go to Disney World. And I was in awe of everything that he had created. Certainly I had watched some of the Disney programs on television as I was younger, but I just felt like, most people probably don't know as successful and what a tremendous influence Walt Disney was on our lives and continuing to be on our lives, that he literally had several times that he failed in business. But the one thing he did is he dusted himself off, got back up, and he went back after his dream because he never gave up on his dream.
And I mean, certainly for most of us, we might have certainly smaller dreams, but look at that dream, how big it became. How many people have gained moments, hours, weeks of happiness by going there, by anticipating a trip to Disney World, Disneyland, by the look at a child's face when they see some of the characters come to life or stand in a picture with them. What he's done, I guess, in terms of happiness and providing it, multiplied literally millions, perhaps billions of times. And he had to overcome several bankruptcies for that. I think most of us would have given up and said, well, I'm bankrupt. This mustn't be my calling. Maybe I should go into some other field. But he stuck with it. So maybe that's the moral for us. You talk about something, by the way, Darrell, just for our audience, once again, if you didn't hear originally, our guest is Darrell Knoch, spelled Knoch. His book is Mastering a Healthy Self-Image. Excellent book. In fact, so good, I asked him if he had a ghostwriter today, and I was embarrassed when he said, no, I wrote it myself. Darrell, where can we get it, and what's that website?
Well, the website address is truewealthuniversity.com, but you also can go to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and a variety of other sites like that, and it's available there as well.
And I love that title just for no other reason, True Wealth University. It sounds like a place we all want to go. We can just jump on the Internet and get there. TrueWealthUniversity.com, am I correct?
That is correct.
You mentioned that it's important to work at the edge of our comfort zone. Could you explain what that means?
I can. If you want to be great, and anybody that will admit the truth to themselves really wants to be great. No one wants to be mediocre. So if you want to be great, you have to stretch yourself. You have to push yourself. You aren't going to get anywhere great in life if you don't stretch yourself past your current boundaries. We all feel like, here's my comfort zone, and, here's what I know, here's what I've learned. Well, you can learn more, and you can learn more, and you can learn more, and you stretch yourself and stretch yourself and stretch yourself, and that's how you become great.
How do we get rid of that little bugaboo fear? If we've never been an entrepreneur, if we've never done something, it's easy to say, oh, look, that's not for me. I'm really an architect. I'm a pharmacist. I'm a teacher. It's not for me to open up a business. How do we get over that hurdle?
Well, I believe there's two really good answers to that question. One is you have to look yourself in the mirror. Literally go stand in front of the mirror, and I know it's uncomfortable to do, but you have to start saying, here's what I want, as you're looking yourself in the eye. Here's what I want, here's what I'm going to get, and I know that I can do it. But you start writing it down also, because you look at yourself in the eye and you tell yourself that. You start writing it down, your mind and your eye are coordinating, and it literally drives it into your subconscious even further. And as you write that down, it literally multiplies the effect of your ability to achieve it by 10 times.
Darrell, we had a guest on last week who said almost the same thing. In fact, he decided he wanted to find the perfect wife, so he wrote a 40-page description of the woman he was looking for and what he had to do to achieve and be worthy of that type of mate. And he found that person. And he himself has gone on to great things. So what you're saying definitely has been proven out by many of our guests, and I think we could do a lot worse. So I guess if we want to get that goal that we have in mind, sit there with the pen and pencil or get the computer out and start writing.
Well, and one thing that I really like to point out is everybody in life doesn't have the dream to start and grow 5 companies, national and international. Let's say that what your dream is that you want to own the local convenience store in your neighborhood. You want to own the local pizza place in your neighborhood. Then, those are attainable, great dreams for you. So it doesn't have to be magnificent, fantastic dreams. It has to be what's right for you, but whatever that is will motivate you to go after it.
Darrell, we want to thank you so much for being with us. Again, to our audience, our guest is Darrell Knoch, spelled Knoch. The book is Mastering a Healthy Self-Image. And if you want to get started on success, get yourself a copy of this book. You'll enjoy it. Read it with an underliner because there's a lot of things you're going to go back to. And I wouldn't be surprised if you're writing Darrell, telling him how much he changed your life. Darrell,
I would love to hear that story.
Thanks again for being with us. We'd like to remind our audience, if you'd like to receive a CD copy of today's broadcast, you can send a check or money order for $10 payable to Nassau Community College, care of WHPC, The Secrets of Success, 1 Education Drive, Garden City, New York, 11530. But please ask for program series number 850, or you can go to itunes.ncc.edu for a free digital copy. The show is produced at the studios of WHPC 90.3 FM at Nassau Community College. We ask you to please join us again next week at this same time when we'll continue our journey to success.